Welcome, everyone. Today, I'm going to talk about the choice at the door. So, every single day, every single moment, we're left with a choice to come back to presence, come back to wholeness, come back to the kingdom within, come back to God, or to return to our vomit. We return to the same life we've been regurgitating over and over again since the day we were born. See, we were born into this world of lies and illusion where we're told who we are, what we're capable of, what we can and can't do. We're told that money's hard to get, that people lie, that people cheat. We've been basically force fed these beliefs from our teachers, preachers, friends, family, from society on large, from media, basically telling us who we are. The thing is, we're super powerful creators. We can create whatever reality we make. And once we have a subconscious belief about something, that's how we start to create our realities and create situations in our everyday lives that reflect that reality, that belief back to us. So basically, every single moment, every relationship, every problem, every addiction, every person, place, and thing and situation is an opportunity for us to come back to presence or return to our vomit. So it's like one of the conversations I like to talk about is like temptation versus testing. So every moment is a temptation, to go back to the old ways, to fall into the old traps, or to begin to awaken, to begin to take inventory of our beliefs and these mental states that we keep on finding ourselves in. The body has all these temptations. It's got literally emotional chemical addictions like fear, anxiety, and stress, all these things that it's so used to, these states it's so used to living in day to day. And it takes awareness to recognize that that is a state that we're our default mode, so to speak, that we keep falling back into. It takes awareness to recognize that. And it takes even more awareness to make a new choice, to make a new decision, to come back to this present moment, to take a nice slow breath, to recalibrate, to remember I'm a creator. Somewhere inside of me is a subconscious belief that is regurgitating this and bringing this back into my presence and back into my awareness. So a new perspective, a new lens of looking at this is the lens of this is the test. Now I have this new higher level of awareness now. Now this is showing up in my reality again because it's a test for me now. It's the universe asking me, it's God asking me, well, who are you now? Now that you have this new awareness, who are you now? What choice are you going to make now? So it's always a choice. And sure we're going to fail, sure we're going to fall, but when you fall and you fail and you restore integrity, that's winning. Now, when you fall and you fail and you hide, you fall back into shame and guilt. That's losing. That's that's running and hiding and burning the house down, burning the bridge. Going returning back to shame. Um, Nothing right, wrong, good or bad. It's just, yeah, you failed the test. Now it's going to take some more cultivating a presence to get yourself back up again. But it's all perfect. It's all part of the plan. It's all part of the test. So failing versus falling, failing forward versus falling. So yeah, when you're falling, that's when you're disappearing. That's when you're burning down the bridges, burning the houses. You know, you're hiding in shame. And grace showed up to take our place. Grace showed up in this form of Jesus Christ. He recognized that we are born into this identity of sin. We've got this meat sack inside of our heads here that keeps us stuck on these programs, that keep us stuck in these familiar patterns, just trying to keep us alive, keep us safe. But we can let that go, and we can return to a state before the fall, before we forgot what truth was, and we started following our bodies, started following illusions, started following lies. And we do that by accepting that grace and returning to a state of ownership of our reality and letting our addictions become our tests, letting our relationships become our tests, letting every moment become a test to come back to presence, to come back to the now. And success is just moving from one failure to the next without losing enthusiasm, right? And basically, literally, enthusiasm comes from the Greek word, which means in theos, in God. So basically, moving from one failure to the next while staying in God, knowing that you're still connected, you're still whole, you're still coming from the source that created you. That's how success is meant to be viewed. So every temptation, every moment, every waking second of our lives is an opportunity to come back to presence, to come back to God. It's a choice at the door. And I wrote a little song about it. It goes a little something like this. Hope you enjoy. See you on the next one.
Chance for something more. Old desires calling out my name. Same old fire, same old flame, same old shame and blame. My body wants the comfort, my mind wants control. My nerves crave the chaos I've always known. But now I see the pattern clear. I've got a choice right here. What I feel grows strong. What I face lets go. I'm bigger than this, I'm stronger. I know this is finding clarity. This is discovering truth. Releasing old patterns and becoming a proof.
For the temptation or take the test. I make the move that serves me best.
Stand or fall,
I surrender it all. This is my line in the sand. My next step was the promised land.
so I choose again.
Right here, right now.
I don't hide, I don't burn it down. If I fall, I get back up.
Grace turns failure into love.
I choose again.
Open hands,
Open eyes.
what's up,
No more running, no disguise. Every moment, every bend, I can choose again. Temptation used to pull the strings, had me chasing temporary things. But now it feels like a mirror, showing me how far I've come from fear.
The universe delivers what I've said. Every order I've placed in my head. But I'm awake, I'm not the same. I can change what I sustain.
This is not a trap, this is not my end. Every test just asks me, who are you now, my friend?
Fall for the temptation or take the test. I make the move that serves me best.
Stand or fall, I surrender it all.
This is my line in the sand. My next step was the promised land.
So I choose again.
Right here, right now.
I don't hide, I don't burn it down.
If I fail, I face the truth. Till I'm walking, breathing, living proof. Failure plus integrity wins over all the lies and sins.
I choose again.
Presence over shame. I don't disappear. I stay.
I choose again.
Presence over shame. I don't disappear. I stay. Every moment, every bend.
I can choose again.
It's not falling.
It's how I return.
It's not failing.
It's how I learn.
Grace forms me in the fire. I'm not broken. I'm becoming higher. Consume or create.
Control or surrender.
Hide or face God.
Now or never.
Every craving's an invitation. Every struggle calls me home. The kingdom isn't somewhere else. It's alive in my bones. Fall for the temptation or take the test. I make the move that serves me best.